It's the story of moving averages. It's one of the biggest reasons I love moving averages, spotting, trying to locate trend reversals. Bitcoin right now in that struggle, especially in the bear market. We know in bear markets, moving averages are just simply put the visualization of resistance. It's the visualization of the bear market. It's Bitcoin having trouble getting above and staying above these moving averages, any crypto you're looking at. So in a trend reversal, we're looking for these moving averages to start really intermingling with each other, first off, kind of a sideways consolidation, some type of formation before turning the trend around. And so I like visually tracking that story. For me, it kind of adds some fun to technical analysis. So that's kind of what we're looking for right now in this current state of crypto. Now, this is where it really gets interesting because we start looking at traditional markets. We've been tracking the story of S&P 500 index, for instance, to help us guide and help us roadmap through the equity markets as that pertains and correlates with Bitcoin. So this is it zoomed out on the weekly S&P 500. So you see right now, we've been in a pretty large downtrend since December 2021, and we've just been eyeing up this market to see how low is it going to go? And with the continuation of rising interest rates and inflation having trouble coming back down, it's really the biggest question, I think, on everybody's mind. How low is this going to go? Because Bitcoin correlated heavily. Now, something very interesting is happening right now on Bitcoin that says Bitcoin, if it repeats something that it's done in the past, and we're going to dive into this, if it repeats what it's done in the past, actually could bottom before S&P 500. And so let's just break this down. So we've been tracking S&P 500. I want to just zoom in. This is the weekly chart, and we're going to actually change this to the daily chart. And we're going to look at 2018. So here's 2018. You see that yellow arrow, and there's purpose for that yellow arrow, right around 9 to 10% to the downside, starting from the basically bottom. We can say the bottom of this red candle right here, December 14th. So what that is kind of the bottoming out of S&P 500. And we can take it from December 14th to right around December 24th. Now, if we go to the same chart in Bitcoin in 2018, and we spot where December 14th right here. So 15th basically marking the bottom, you can see Bitcoin actually starting to turn around out of the bear market low, while the S&P 500 index still had around 9 to 10% to the downside to go. That's notable because 9 to 10% currently on the S&P 500, and we're on a weekly chart once again, that brings it below the 200-week moving average. So we could be in this environment where the S&P 500 on this chart is actually doing something similar that we might want to anticipate that we've seen it do in the past, which is breaking the 200-week moving average for a moment of consolidation. So that this move of 10% allows for that to the downside, all the while we track Bitcoin potentially bouncing to the upside. So that's a bit of hopium for you all. This is definitely a more hopium video, but let's really talk about if that's realistic, and let's really talk about what needs to happen for Bitcoin to do that. First things first, in December 2018, Bitcoin was bottoming at that moment, right? In this case, 2022, this would state, if this happened, Bitcoin has already bottomed, right? This is something I've publicly stated. I don't think Bitcoin has bottomed yet. So this is where it's going to get interesting because we're tracking a potential upside scenario, Bitcoin bottoming. I'm saying right now, I don't think it's happened. So I don't think Bitcoin bulls are going to succeed in this regard in the same way that they did in 2018. The macroeconomic landscape that we're in right now, completely different than 2018 bear market low. I think there's more pain to go, but time will tell. But to the upside, here's what we'd want to see. So first things first, this higher low stays intact because this is really essentially what we're looking for, similar to 2018 bear market low. We're looking for a higher low move. Now, here's that momentum swing. Here's that trend swing. You see the 20-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, a green line and the blue line kind of just intertwining there as Bitcoin consolidates and forms its bear market low. And then finally, the 20-day moving average crosses above, and you see Bitcoin with price stability, higher highs and higher lows above those moving averages. That's the exact move we'd be looking for and monitoring on Bitcoin right now. So at the very least, the first thing we want to see Bitcoin do, it really is some type of explosive move to start turning that trend into that direction. So an explosive move could look something like this right here. An explosive move like this, especially in terms of getting separation from the moving averages to get that head start. And right now, Bitcoin, you can see right now below both moving averages. So even on the short term, Bitcoin has a lot of work to do. The 20-day moving average right around $19,850 or so. The 50-day moving average right around $20,900. So still has a bit of ways to go. To that 50-day moving average in blue, Bitcoin needs to make a move of around 7 to 8%. Now that's 7 to 8% just to test the resistance. But then remember, we need that explosive move of separation above to really see Bitcoin start turning this trend around. Now, if we change Bitcoin over here to the weekly chart, we can really see what's happening right now. There is obviously room for shorter term upside. That is, namely, the 20-week moving average right here crossing below the 200-week moving average. So this is sitting up here around $22,700. So that's the area for Bitcoin that I want to see where I even start talking about the bottom is even potentially in. It is my opinion the bottom is not in. And if I'm even going to start really exploring that it's in and saying that I think there's a possibility that it's in, I'd want to see Bitcoin breaking above the 20-week moving average before that happens. And right now, you can see even just to test that area, potentially in some type of rally, could be a fake out Bitcoin right now to the upside 15% or so to test that area. Now, obviously, over time, over the course of weeks, this could get pulled down into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin could be testing that in around the $21,000 range right here if that 20-week moving average gets pulled down. But interesting to note, there could be downside in play for S&P 500, why Bitcoin is making a move to the upside. I know we say a lot, there's such strong correlation, and obviously there truly is, but we also have to keep in mind right now, we go to this chart, and this is the US dollar currency index chart. Guess what? We are in a whole brand new world right now in terms of this chart. So this is on the daily, and we can just zoom out, and you can just see, here's what was happening all the way back here in December 2018. So where are we? December 2018, the bear market low of 2018. You can see the US dollar currency index, somewhere around here. Now here's where we are right now. So if this continues, and maybe the case for this Bitcoin breakout and the bottoming of the bear market, maybe the case for that is this chart really tops out and starts coming down. Then we can start seeing maybe potentially these risk-on assets like Bitcoin start actually making a powerful move. But if this has not topped out yet, it is extremely likely, in my opinion, that Bitcoin's going to the bottom is in for Bitcoin. It's going to continue to the upside. And I think, again, it's September 2022. We have the whole rest of this year left with all of these headlines and the influx of all of this inflation news and rising interest rates and inflation not coming down as much as we thought or much as we anticipated. And we need to be prepared for that. We need to be prepared for this chart to continue to the upside, the US dollar currency index, because if it does, things like the S&P 500, things like Bitcoin, likely going to see a bit of resistance and have a tough time breaking out of this entire bear market low. So I think we just need some time. That's my opinion. But really interesting data to track, I would say, is the fact that Bitcoin could start making a move to the upside shortly before S&P 500 bounces. So we could remember this data point moving forward, even if this isn't the bottom formation right now, we're not exiting the bear market just yet. When we do, this could be an interesting data point to see Bitcoin was kind of ahead of the game in terms of breaking out to the upside. So here's S&P 500 breaking out to the upside. Finally, December 26th. Well, on the Bitcoin chart on December 26th, if we go back to the last bear market, you can see right here, we're looking at Bitcoin had already basically put in that low, and it's making kind of a new swing high at that moment. So time will tell how this data plays out. I was just looking at these charts. I thought it was interesting. It's been a while, everybody. My last video was Thursday. I've been working on something extremely hard, nonstop, recording a lot of videos. And so therefore I've just kind of taken a few days off from YouTube. So I'm back though, and I appreciate you watching. Please hit that subscribe, hit that like button. I'll see you all in the next video. God bless.